Alright, have you ever asked yourself this question? What do Filipinos look like to foreigners? Well, apparently we are going to figure that out with the upcoming video that we will be reacting to today. If you are new to the channel, welcome! Maligayang pagbabalik sa akin channel. I am a foreigner, so I will also be telling you what Filipinos look like to me, or used to look like to me, and how I perceive them today, because it has changed tremendously. My name is Ovela. I am a sound engineer, beat maker, and content creator on YouTube. And with that being said, let's jump right into it.
Filipinos are very pretty and handsome.
Wait.
Filipinos
I missed something.
Pretty and handsome.
Before you call this a Pinoy baiting channel, please do check out our Filipino-based content. Oh, it's like disclaimer.
When you search the term Filipinos on Google, this is what you see. This, and this, and this, and even this. But he isn't Filipino. Filipinos just like him. When you watch television in the Philippines, you see Filipinos as this, or this, or this, or even this.
Well, these are the most famous
all around the
Filipinos.
world, what do Filipinos look like?
Hi everyone, my name is Natty and I come from Thailand. From my perspective, from my personal encounters with me.
She comes from Thailand, but her accent sounds very British to me.
Filipinos and having Filipino friends, all I can say is that Filipinos are very diverse, and some might disagree, some might agree. I have mistaken Filipinos for Thai people before, especially with women, not so much as men, but with women sometimes it's very difficult to tell the difference. But then, you know, once they say, oh no, they're Filipino, I'm like, okay, now I see, yes, of course you are. I think that's just me, I don't know, being ignorant and me thinking, oh, this person looks South.
I really like her orange hair, and I feel like it goes well with her lipstick color as well.
East Asian, they must be Thai. As I met more Filipinos, I realized, oh, Filipinos are just like Thai people, you know. They have darker skin tones, they have lighter skin tones, more look East Asian, more look Southeast Asian. It's a mix,
It's
and
a melting
everyone
pot.
is very unique in the way they look, from my perspective, of course.
Hi guys, my name is Madeline Mousy. I'm originally from Ghana, but I live here in the UK. Now I have a theory, guys. Hear me out. It's not backed by science. It's just me and my brain. But
okay.
I feel like if you're from a place, you're able to identify people from the same place easier than people who are outside of the place, you know? So if you're from the Philippines, you're able to identify other people from the Philippines as compared to people who are not from the Philippines, aka me.
Of course.
When it comes to
She's
answering this
cute.
question, all I can really preach is diversity. Because one of my friends has
Love her
curly hair,
energy.
another one has straight hair, one has more olive tone skin, another one has lighter skin tone. I look like I'm from the Matrix doing the red pill, blue pill, but you get my point. Like, I believe people, no place, no country is a monolith. People look different. But I also think that if I'm not from the Philippines, maybe I'm not able to identify more common traits or features. But I would just like to make the point that even if you don't have these common denominator features, it doesn't invalidate your identity as someone from the Philippines. It doesn't invalidate where you're from. In my life, all I have seen is diversity when it comes.
What is she talking about? She is justifying herself, but she's not even answering the question. She's not even talking about Filipinos. Girl.
People from the Philippines. We look on this channel and we see that to me, everyone looks different, but they're all from the Philippines, and that's the beautiful human experience. And yeah, that's all I got.
okay.
So yeah, thank you, bye.
Hello, I'm Shuhei from Japan. Filipinos as a people, it's just like it's not diverse. Maybe it's just because of my lack of knowledge, but for me, Filipinos in other countries around Philippines, they have common features. People from there, it is similar to Filipinos.
And my name is Rana. I'm from Egypt. I've been living my whole
Egypt.
life in the UAE. I've met a lot of Filipinos. In my opinion, Filipinos have a lot in common in general, either in their face features, their skin tones, even in their morals. They're interconnected people. Like rarely if you find a Filipino have a darker skin tone or brighter skin tone, they all have the same skin tone in my opinion. Also for their eye shape, their nose, mostly they look alike. Sometimes I have hard time differentiating between a Filipino and an Indonesian because they look really alike. But in general, in my opinion, I find Filipinos have a lot in common. Even in their morals, they're so friendly and kind. It's a rare thing to find a Filipino frowning in your face or not trying to help you.
Hi there, my name is Fernanda and I am originally from Mexico, but I live in Toronto, Canada. I guess to start, I will say that I've been very lucky for the past few years. I've met amazing Filipino folks or half Filipino folks here in Canada, and hands down, they are some of the most creative and hardworking people that I've had the pleasure of knowing. That in mind, I guess it's difficult for me to talk about physical traits because I'm very aware that it does really vary on the person, specifically because I've met people who might be half Filipino, half black, or, you know, have different just features to what I might have associated in the past to Filipino, you know, the darker hair and darker eyes. But nowadays, I think, again, because of the people that I've had the pleasure of knowing, I'm very aware that Filipino culture and race is not monolith, it's not homogeneous, and it's actually quite diverse.
Hello, it's me again. I'm Anthony. As I'm living in Macau, actually there are a lot of Filipino who live in here. So during my observation, they are sharing some common feature, similar skin tone. For example, a housekeeper is a Filipino and her skin tone is a little bit darker than Magnus, but whatever for me, she just looked like the same as everyone in Macau, so we won't see her as a different. Thank you. Bye.
Hi,
That was super short.
We are an international couple living in Korea. I'm half Greek, half Ukrainian.
I'm from Korea.
Nice.
We have a couple YouTube channel and a couple Instagram, so please check us out. And now to the point. What is, in your opinion, when you think about Filipino people, how do they look like?
The people from Philippines look cute.
Philippine.
Because they
Cute.
have big eyes. And when I traveled to Cebu, actually I was shocked because
It's true though. People with big eyes they tend to be cuter than the rest, you know. I don't know why. It's like animals with big eyes. They're so freaking cute.
like, you know, I thought like Filipino looks like more like different.
Than Koreans.
But you know, some people look like, you know, Korean.
Oh, some people have similar characteristics to Korean people. Oh, I didn't know that. Since you've traveled, I guess you know. Well, in my opinion, just from the Filipinos I've met and I've seen in my life, I don't have a really stereotypical view of them, but I believe that they have some of the most healthy and beautiful and voluminous hair in the world.
Voluminous hair.
And their hairline is amazing. They don't lose hair. And like men are fine. Like they have.
Nah, I don't agree. I have been reacting to Filipino videos for like 6 years now. I've been talking to a lot of Filipinos. I have met Filipinos, and I have noticed that they do lose hair the older they get. And I'm talking about women too, you know. And yeah, some of them have like beautiful, thick, lush hair. And I'm thinking about, I don't know, Julian San Jose, and a lot of other beautiful Filipinas. But I've seen women, you know, with thin hair, so they do tend to lose it when they get older.
Really thick eyebrows, and it's really nice. But like the women, man, like they're gorgeous.
The women.
I think they're some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I think so. They have, you know, good skin. I think.
Oh yeah, their skin, like they have no acne. Like their skin is just like.
Okay, that I can agree on. I agree with them about this, man. The Filipino skin is incredible. Because I've had the chance to like touch, you know, Filipinos, and I have noticed how smooth their skin can be. It's seriously, I was impressed, you know. I was like, wow, you're so freaking soft. How is that even possible? Like I felt like I was touching a baby. You know how babies are like super soft? That's how I felt.
It's flawless, and I think they're really, really creative and really positive, and that makes them really amazing creators or influencers. And
they understand.
They're really outgoing,
well,
really outgoing and really open-minded and
It's
super creative. That's just our opinion, though. It doesn't mean everyone is like that, of course.
Hello, my name is Alena. I'm half German and half Spanish. And you can find me on TikTok.
She's
and
so
on Instagram.
pretty.
I have a few Filipino friends, and for me, they always look like the Asian version of a Hispanic person, like darker skin, full lips, a little bit Asian features, eyes.
They were conquered by you guys, so
For me, it's very beautiful. I love the tanned look, you know. So when I think about a Filipino person, I think about a tanned Asian person with a lot of European Latin vibes. Yes, that's it. That's it. Filipinos are very pretty and handsome. Like all my friends from the Philippines are gorgeous.
Hello, my name is Ariel. I'm from Singapore. So growing up in Singapore, I've interacted with a lot of multicultural people. So a lot of people from various parts in Southeast Asia. I've obviously met a lot of Filipino people. So a lot of them, to me, I can easily distinguish where they're from. I can kind of...
Like for instance, her... Like, if you had told me that she was Filipina, I think I would have believed you. I feel like she has those type of Filipino features.
Distinguish if someone is Filipino, if someone's from Cambodia, or Laos, or Indonesia. But in general,
she's got those Filipino xiaopao cheeks.
If a person's Filipino. Firstly, in my opinion, I think Filipino people have very dark hair, so they have very dark eyebrows, very dark, typically black or dark brown.
Typically,
They also have very thick eyebrows and thick hair. So that's one of the physical traits that I use to distinguish. The second thing is that obviously, because we're in Southeast Asia, a lot of people are quite tan, and a lot of Filipino people I've met are quite tan as well. They also have more distinct features that I would generally pinpoint as Filipino physical traits. So a lot of Filipino people that I've met have a rounder kind
there
of
you go.
Face, where the round at the top,
the xiaopao cheeks
at the bottom. So they have very sharp chins,
True.
And very round faces.
I love her answer.
Also, kind of have rounder noses, like more button noses, less of a high nose bridge, but more button noses.
Yep.
But I think one of the most telling signs is obviously we're all Asian, but they have quite Eurocentric features. So typically, when I see an Asian person, but also they don't look completely Asian, I would kind of second guess. And a lot of them that I've encountered happen to be Filipino.
Hi, I'm Sari. I'm from Indonesia.
So far, she's the one that actually answered the question of what do Filipinos look like to foreigners. You know, she focused on the physical traits of Filipinos because that is the question. Because most of the other people, they went on tangents.
To me, Filipinos look like us Indonesians. I feel that we have quite many similarities in terms of a skin tone, facial features, and also body size, eyes type. We have a thin eyes, and probably because we came from Asian and the Philippines is next to Indonesia. We're basically neighbor, and probably we have the same weather and temperature. So probably that's why. And also, it's not only that actually. I have Filipino friends. Whenever I'm talking to them, I feel that I'm talking to my fellow Indonesians.
Oh, that's
we just
sweet.
have the same
that's
sense
nice.
of joke. Whenever we pull off a joke, we just get it instantly. Filipino likes to laugh a lot, similar to us. We just like to smile.
They're
and
usually
in the middle
happy
of the
people.
Conversation. It's just like Filipino things and also our things. Filipino in Indonesia, I think quite many similarities, not only in
What I admire about Filipinos is that even if they don't have much, it's not gonna stop them from living life to the fullest and finding joy wherever they can find it. You know, like they are usually very, very happy.
Physical look, but also personality-wise.
Just like our foreign friends, we Filipinos still have a divided opinion on what a Filipino truly looks like. To some, Philippines is a diverse race highlighting the ethnic diversity of the Philippines, with naturally Kayumangi Filipinos, beautifully darker Negritos, lighter-skinned groups such as the Mestizos and Filipino Chinese, and many more groups with distinct features that encompass a single race. To other kababayans of ours, being Filipino is defined by having big double-lidded eyes, brown Kayumangi skin, and noses which are labeled as pango, which isn't really something to be ashamed of. In fact, it's often heard in a number of Filipino songs and even books for school kids tackling the Filipino identity, which all equate to the idea of a homogeneous physical appearance of Filipinos. However, if we were to say that the Philippines is a truly diverse country such as the United States, Brazil, or Singapore, we must then question why the term Pilipinong Pilipino, which is roughly translated to very Filipino, exists to describe the appearance of your average one. If we look into this map by the Harvard Institute for Economic Research created in 2002, we can see that the Philippines apparently isn't as diverse as our neighbors such as Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia to name a few. But we also aren't as ethnically homogeneous as Japan or South Korea, which are the most homogeneous in Harvard's study. If we were to look at the closest census of the Philippines at that time, an overwhelming majority of 95% of the Philippine population in the year 2000 were of ethnic Filipinos, a term that was used to describe the ethno-linguistic groups descending from Austronesian-speaking migrants such as the Tagalogs, Cebuanos, Lumads, and the like. The most significant foreign ethnic minority at that time were the Chinese Filipinos, followed by the mixed mestizos. However, it's important to remember that ethnicity, like race, is a social construct, which simply means that it was made by people to supposedly make sense of things we find difficult to understand. So next time a foreigner says that a Filipino celebrity, or even people like you and me, either don't look Filipino or look very Filipino, remember that a Filipino can look like this. This. This, and a majority of us still look like this. But in the end, we're all simply, beautifully, and wonderfully Filipino.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That was fun. I enjoyed every answer, but I feel like the person that really answered the question properly was the other, I think she was Southeast Asian girl who also kind of looked like Filipino. So when it comes to myself, when I started reacting to Filipino content, I had heard of the Philippines, but I had never really seen a Filipino before, or maybe I had, but I didn't know they were Filipino. So when I started paying attention to Filipinos, to be honest with you guys, I could not tell the difference between a Filipino, an Indonesian, a Thai person, or even Korean, to be honest. I was like, for now, they all look kind of similar, you know? But with time, I don't know, I developed a sense of differentiation between those countries, and now I can pretty much easily identify a Filipino because, like they said, they have that button nose, they have the xiaopao cheeks, even their body type is pretty distinct. Well, obviously, if they start speaking because of the accent or Tagalog or something like that, I can also tell. It gets a lot more difficult if they are mixed, for instance. And usually, man, when Filipinos mix with another country, I don't know why, but they are gorgeous. They just are really, really gorgeous. And I'm not saying that like a 100% Filipino isn't gorgeous, because there are, and trust me, there are. I mean, even amongst the ones that I react to, I mean, Morissette, in my opinion, she's 100% Filipina. She's gorgeous, right? That's just one example. Laika Estrella that I reacted to yesterday, I think she's beautiful. But when they mix, there is just something magical that happens, you know, and it just creates this like almost like model-like person, you know? But yeah, nowadays it's a lot easier for me to identify a Filipino. So yeah, but it's true. I think it's a very diverse population, you know. They have like lighter skinned Filipinos and darker skinned Filipinos, and I think the majority are darker skinned Filipinos. But I think that Filipinos do not like to tan, you know, they try to avoid the sun, and I think that a lot of them try to do the opposite. Actually, they try to whiten their skin to look like what they see on TV, you know, or on the internet, because, you know, celebrities tend to be lighter skin, even if they are Filipinos. So that is the example that they have, which is very unfortunate. I think that white skin, yellow skin, black skin, whatever is beautiful. As a matter of fact, my ex, some of you might know her, M. Angel, she was my co-host. She was black, you know, or like mestiza, you know, because her dad is white and her mom is black, like from Cameroon. So she was mixed. But when you look at her, you're like, yeah, you're black, you know. So all the colors are beautiful to me. Yeah. So there you have it. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. Maraming salamat po. And of course, if you found value in this video, don't hesitate to check out my other reaction videos right here.